G'day, mateys. I was going to break out into a song. Literally, I was going to break out into a song for you all. How are we all going? Happy Monday, everybody. It's really, really, really good to be back with you, as always, for Lucy Davis live at 5 p.m. If you can all smash the love heart for me or pop the thumbs up on, and I'm sorry about the background, but you don't know where I am again, as always. So, ladies and gents, how are we? Obviously, I'm in cold climates, aren't I? Look at the state of me. I'm in colder climates than I was. So, I've still got the tan though for now, ladies and gents. I've still got the tan for now. How are we all? How has your weekend been? Have you had a nice weekend? What have you been up to, you gorgeous bunch? Have you been behaving yourself? Yes, very cold. You know me, I don't do very well with the cold. I really, really don't do well with the cold. But I tell you what I am doing well with at the moment is really, 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 I'm not anymore. I'm not anymore. I was, but I'm not anymore. So for those of you that didn't know, I surprised my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Rebel Movement team on Saturday and just appeared in Brighton and shared some love with that gorgeous bunch of humans. And I tell you, like, I have to give them a shout out. Like, my heart is overflowing. Like, it is overwhelmingly overflowing at the moment. I am so proud of everybody, like whether they're turning up to my programs, whether they're involved in the Rebel Movement business, whether they're involved in my coaching team or whatever. I just want you guys to know you're all freaking amazing. Literally every single person that I have the privilege of calling my team is just out there. And I just want to give them a big round of applause, ladies and gents, because do you know what? They deserve it. They have to put up with me on a day-to-day basis. And let me be honest with you, it's not an easy thing. Like, I'm super easygoing and super chilled. But I do often just go, we're going to do this. And they're like, okay, do you have any idea how we're going to do that? And I'm like, no, it's just going to happen. Like, I've just channeled that this is what's going to happen. So, ladies and gents, please give it up for my beautiful, beautiful team. Please, if you're on Facebook, smash the love heart or the thumbs up. If you're on YouTube, please do remember to go and smash the thumbs up on this video as we are talking, because so many people forget because we get caught up in the moment. Now, today, I have got a whole array of topics that I want to get through. So, oh my goodness gracious me, I'm going to be on someone's TV. Wow, Laura, you're a brave lady having me up there on your TV, my friend. I like that though. I like that. You'll have to take a photo and send it to me. It's just brilliant. I absolutely love it. So, I have been going a little bit Facebook Live and Instagram Live crazy. As you guys know, I like to do videos because it saves me typing and it saves me tapping and having to find pictures and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I actually really love writing posts and putting pictures up, but it's so much easier for me to just jump on, share my energy, get you guys ramped up, and then I'm gone. I don't need to write about it. I don't need to do anything about it. So that's why I love doing these live videos that I do. And yesterday I went on a bit of a mission, and I sent out a video in my beautiful Soul School group, because 2 weeks yesterday we would have done Soul School, ladies and gents. Oh yeah. I am going to be back in England on the 12th of November. I'm going to be back before then, obviously, but I'm going to be running Soul School on the 12th of November in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Now, people keep saying to me, Lucy, what is Soul School? I got asked it about 100 times on Saturday. But Lucy, what is Soul School? Very long story short, Soul School is you come to a seminar for the day and I activate your soul to get it connected to its purpose as to why it incarnated in this time and in this now moment. So it's basically about stripping back all of the stories that we've created, all of the procrastination, all of the nonsense that we have gone, I can't do that. They're not going to like that. I've got to do what this person wants me to do. And you know, all those stories that we run and all of those situations that we create, it's basically about stripping all of that back and, recognizing why we've created the dis-ease in our body, whether that be anything from headaches to psoriasis, from psoriasis to ingrown toenails, you name it, we got it all going on there. And we'll basically go back to the basics of that. No two soul schools are the same. Like I channel, ladies and gents, and all I literally do is I open up and I channel the information and we go on a magical journey. Now, side note, tangent, little side story, because these are my favorite bits. On Friday, I was so caught up in the bubble of Soul School. And I mean, I was so caught up in the bubble of Soul School. Like I knew I was surprising my team on the Saturday. So I was a little bit aloof and a little bit quiet and a little bit like, they're not going to know what's hit them tomorrow when I rock in and give them all a big squeeze. So I was immersed in the music for Soul School. Now, if you've never been to Soul School, please know music is a big thing for me. Music is what activates my heart, activates my soul, activates me and puts me in a whole new level. And like when I do the meditations with you guys, like that to me is my time, which is weird because it's not me that's actually doing it. I channel so that you guys have the breakthroughs. So as much as I love it, you guys get the absolute benefits from it. Now, just going to let you guys know, I sent the songs for one of the processes I'm going to take you through to just one of my team. And he listened and he was like, oh my God, oh my goodness gracious me, my soul is activated. Like, oh my goodness gracious me. And then today I had a meeting with him this morning and he went, Lucy, like I listened to it again. I didn't even need to hear what you needed to say because I'm activated, like something is going on. And I'm like, well, if that's what you've got, then just imagine what it's going to be like for the Soul School attendees. And he's like, we need tissues. We need to make sure that everybody is just prepared for this, Lucy. And I'm like, they're all right, this lot. They all know exactly what they're coming to and they know exactly what they're going to get. So ladies and gents, if you've got a Soul School ticket, trust me, your life will never, ever, ever be the same again. But it's down to you. It's down to, I am bringing my freaking A game. Like I am literally going to be bringing my A game and some. So it's down to you. What are you going to bring? Are you going to mirror me? Are you going to come with your A game? Are you going to be literally open to being like, heck yes, I'm going to break through it. I'm going to leave my procrastination at the door. I'm going to go on and create the life of my absolute wildest dreams, because that's where I'm going to take you. If you're willing to go there and if you're open to actually doing the do, then we're going to be getting on just fine, ladies and gents. We're going to be getting on just dandy. I'm so excited. Like every time I do Soul School, I don't think I can get as excited as the one before. And you guys know I loved Manchester. Like when we did Soul School in Manchester, I loved it so much. It was carved the way that I wanted it to be carved. This one, considering I only got the date a few weeks ago, I cannot even say to you, this is going to be magic. The magic carpet just popped in my head. So the magic carpet is what they're showing me. This is how we're going to, I all of a sudden feel like I've gone really serious. I feel that we are going to be, well, we're going to be in this journey together. Yeah, we're going to be connected together on this journey, but we're actually going to be lifting and shifting as a collective. It's really, 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 really important. And like, I know that I bounce around and I joke around and I've got really, really high vibrational energy. Like, I know that's just inbuilt in me. But this to me is something that I am, it's just my passion. This is my passion project. My future vision is to create 5 soul schools around the world, like physical soul schools where we grow organic produce that people can eat, that we have clean water sources, that we have, beautiful teachings and reminders that, of where we've come from and how we can activate the soul and actually live in alignment with our purpose and our passions, but also, have a healing center. Oh my God, have the healing center, let people come and see the miracles that are possible to take place. Like, that is what is so important. Now, Denise on YouTube has just said, Lucy, you are different at Soul School. I am. Like, don't get me wrong, you get this high vibrational being, but I channel from the start of the day into the end of the day. Like, I just open my vessel up, and I'm a conduit. Like, it's not Lucy Davis. It is just, like, I open up and the divine source talks through me, and you guys get the shifts that you need. Yeah. Did anyone ever realize that I wasn't in a hot country anymore? Literally wrapped up to the rafters. Honestly, I would have had a woolly hat on if I could have done, mate. Like, literally, it's like I would have sat in like a little gnome tonight. I don't do cold well. I like to be in ideally I would be in 30 to 35 degrees sunshine. That's my ideal temperature. But I have got to be really, really, really honest with you guys. Like, the channeling, when I got to the UK on Friday, in readiness for Saturday, like, my channeling went to a whole new level. Like, literally, it just went to a whole new level. So very, very interesting. And I just think that this is a sign of times to come. Anyway, like I say, I was doing some live videos, and basically I asked my community, my Self-Love Club with Lucy Davis community, yesterday, if there was anything they wanted me to talk about. So I've got a few topics that I'm going to talk about tonight, and I've got my notepad here somewhere, because I know I wrote it down somewhere, but I just can't remember where or which notepad. So you'll have to excuse me, because basically I got quite a number of topics. Now, some of them I've put in the title and some of them haven't, which is why I decided to get this. Honestly, I would put pajamas on, Lindsay, if I could. Literally, I just rock up in my pajamas and my dressing gown. I love being snuggly. If I'm cold, I like to be snuggly. When I feel a connection to something for my betterment, the hairs on my body stand on end. I'm looking forward to that happening for hours, if not days. All we need to do is ask Denise, how long does it go on for after you leave Soul School? How long does that maintain? I left sunshine in Manchester for 6 weeks in February, Dave. That's what happened to the weather. So if the weather can do that, then you're going to be having hairs, like goosebumps, I like to call it, truth bumps, coming through you for a very long time. Be glad you're not in Norway. It's snowing like crazy. Wasn't ready for it. Definitely understand why you prefer warmer weathers. So Denise on YouTube has said it lasted 3 months. That feeling of, oh my goodness, and the high vibration lasted for 3 months after she left, which is amazing. And I have to warn you guys that when you leave Soul School, you're going to be tested to the max. Tested to the absolute max. Like, you literally will. But the feeling lasts for a very long time. It really doesn't. And source and the universe and whatever is like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you're being authentic? But yeah, it's amazing. I would create Soul School onesies. Maybe I'll propose that to Morwenna, although I don't think this venue is going to be as cold as the last one. Just going to throw that out there for you guys, okay? I'm just literally going to throw it out there. We actually had the heating crash on us last time. Now, I must say, I seem to be collapsing a lot of electrical goods at the moment. Guilty as charged. I don't know why, but I seem to be blowing things up. Things that I touch, people's internet when I'm around stops working, all sorts of different weird and wonderful things like this. So I'm just gonna let you guys know. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Nothing would surprise me if it didn't happen. Soul School hoodies will be available at Soul School. We're also going to have the Self-Love Club hoodies. I need to check with Morwenna, but she did promise me this time around that we're going to have Self-Love Club hoodies as well, because I know a lot of you guys are like, I want a Self-Love Club hoodie. So I'm like, let's just take them both this time round. We've also got crystals. There are amazing crystals that are going to be there. Somebody messaged me today saying, hey, are you going to be selling crystals? Yes, we are going to be selling crystals. We are also going to be, what else have we got? We're going to have the books. We're going to have other bits and pieces, other merchandise, chat and stuff like that. It's a Facebook group for Soul School. that's where we're using Facebook. Reason being, there's quite a lot of stuff that we share. So if you, on the emails that you've been receiving, you would have had the link to the Soul School Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, I'm really sorry about that. You know, it might be that we create a Telegram group in the future, but Telegram just isn't as flexible as we need it to be. Like, I need to be able to do lives and things like that. So Facebook is that platform, unfortunately. Like I say, you will get shared everything through the emails that are going out. But yeah, Facebook is our medium for this. Really, unfortunately, if people do not, you know, if they do not like Facebook. No, I am literally, I blow everything up. So for the last maybe 6 years, I've blown up washing machines, fridges, absolutely everything. Chaz, I don't know who you are, but thank you. I appreciate that. Clearly me with more clothes on looks better, hey? I appreciate you, though. That's really beautiful to know that every time you see me, I'm getting better looking every time. Like, I'll take that. Thank you. Thank you. God, that means the world to me. I feel like I've just got a beautiful little virtual hug. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Nothing like a bit of flirting going on a Monday afternoon. Hey, so talk about blowing things up. Hey, Lizzie, you shouldn't be laughing about me blowing things up. Like, literally, I've blown up 2 washing machines, a fridge, a dishwasher or 2, mobile phone chargers, you name it. Honestly, it's hilarious. This is why, like, anything on a plane near me just shouldn't happen. Literally, it just shouldn't happen. I'm a bloody nightmare. I used to get told off for it, but now I don't. It's brilliant. I can't believe you risk flying. I have no choice, Guy. I literally have no choice. And yes, Veronica, 2 washing machines. 2 washing machines. Anyway, we're going to stop talking about this. Is just my vibration. That's all it is. It's not me intentionally. Like, people like, I'm going to tell you a little story now. So I lived in Surrey in the UK, and my landlord was absolutely amazing. He really, really was. I got on really well with him. We shared exactly the same values and everything. He was just such a nice man. And whenever like something would go wrong, he'd be like, oh, I'll come over. So there was this one time that literally I just walked into the apartment, I flicked the light on, and everything was absolutely fine. I put the light on in the kitchen lounge area. It's like a massive open plan thing, and it was all spotlights. And then all I literally did was open the fridge door, and boom, it went. Seriously. And I was like, okay. So I just went to the fuse box, switched it off, put it back on again. Nada. Absolutely nada. And then so that was that. And then he had to come around and sort it out for me. And he was like, what do you do? Like, literally, it was just a case. It just needed to be left alone for a bit, I think. Then I was doing something in the washing machine, and I got bloody electrocuted. Like, literally, I got electrocuted because it was just the electricity between me and it. It was absolute nuts. Absolutely nuts. So that's the impact that I have. I'm surprised my car behaves as well as it does, although my car keeps telling me weird things. You know, like I said, I got back on Friday, and I left. What day is it today? Earlier today. I was just like, I've got no freaking clue. And all of a sudden my car keeps telling me things, and I'll take it to BMW, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, literally, there's nothing wrong with it. You know? But so I just accept that I'm a high electrical being, and I just mess with other electrical things. You know, I'm the girl that always used to give people electric shocks. You know, I'm just that girl. I'm just high vibe, and it is what it is, you know. So that's enough about me electrocuting things anyway. So, ladies and gents, the first topic that I want to talk to you guys about, and I will check the comments, by the way. So if you've got anything to ask me in there. But the first topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about today was around the ego. Now, I'm doing this as a bit of a favor to the people that are coming to Soul School. I'm also doing it as a favor to a lot of people that watch my videos, because when people hear me talking about ego on Facebook and everywhere, all of my platforms, they think that I'm talking about arrogance or egotistical behavior, and I'm not. This is never, ever, ever what I am talking about, okay? When I talk about the ego, what I am talking about is this thing up here, the mind. It's the ego mind, the thing that creates all of the stories in your mind. That person doesn't like me. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't go there. I need to do this. I need to be controlling. And it's basically the control dial of your vessel. Okay, so when I'm talking about the ego, this is about you and your stories and the things that have throughout your life kept you safe. Okay, it's as simple as that. Now, the ego can work in our favor, but it can also work against us. So let's look at this, right? So there are many things. Let's say, for example, you were head over heels in love with someone, you rose in love with someone, and they were your world. They were your absolute world. And then this person out of nowhere either fell out of love with you, stopped talking to you, left you, whatever. But it was like really, really, really painful. What happens is, over the time, you kind of like start to get yourself back together. You find a little bit of strength and then you put yourself back out there. And then what happens is somebody shows you a bit of interest and you go, oh my God, the last time I did this, I got hurt. This is what I'm talking about with ego. So you are presupposing, you are assuming that every situation is going to be like the last time. And what this might surface like is you go out on a few dates, you have a bit of a laugh, maybe get a little bit intimate with somebody, and then all of a sudden, all your bullshit starts coming up. And that might surface in anger, that might surface in insecurity, that might surface in any number of different things. And this is your ego. This is what I call the ego. And this is what we basically use to keep us safe. Now, I've written an email on this today, funnily enough, that's going to go out. Your ego is there to keep you safe. And it's a perception of safety. It's a perception of safety when we sit and we procrastinate, because if we don't put that piece of work out, then it can't be wrong, can it? Likewise, if we put that bit of work out when we should have put that bit of work out, like it might get us a bit of aggro, it might create us a bit of pain. So we procrastinate. This is ego. When we're fearful to do something because what might people think, what might people say, this is ego. When we weren't heard as a child, so now we need to be like literally scrabbling like a little puppy at someone's leg, clinging onto it, everything. I need you, I need you, I need you. Hear me, hear me, hear me. This is ego. And it's all premised off of things that have happened in your childhood. Maybe your mum didn't listen to you. So now you're like, I need you to listen to me. I need you to listen to me. I need your opinion. Your opinion's much more important than mine. This is your ego. This is basically a story that has been created in your mind. It's a story that you have created to keep you safe, to keep you small. I'm not here to allow any of you guys to stay small. You guys are so powerful. And the thing is when you work from here, this is the reality that you're creating. So how many of you guys have gone on a date and you've been on a date and you were like, this guy's really hot. Oh, look at him. He's gorgeous. He's really hot. But I know he's going to hurt me. Oh my God, I know he's going to hurt me. This guy has got literal pain written all over it. How many of you have done this? Smash the love heart, pop the thumbs up, pop in the comments if this resonates with you. And then a week down the line, or 2 weeks down the line, or a month down the line, he absolutely validates that he was going to hurt you. He does something stupid, like he doesn't take your call and you are in a moment of insecurity, or, he has to change a plan because something's cropped up or whatever. And you just go into this absolute spin of, I knew he was a bastard. I knew he was going to hurt me. Oh my God, this is just hideous. And because you've been putting that story out into the universe saying all men are bastards, and they're not, by the way, I'm just using this as an example. All men do this. I'm going to hurt. This man's going to hurt me. Do you know what? The universe goes, oh my God, she wants to be hurt by this. So we now need to bring hurt to her so that she's right. And then you can go, see, I was right. Well done, ladies and gents. You are literally bringing in the results that you're putting out. This is your ego. Until you are ready to recognize you are running a story in your mind to keep you safe, despite the fact that you want to be in a relationship, despite the fact that you're ready to meet a gorgeous, conscious man or a gorgeous, conscious woman, You're still running a program. You are running a story to keep yourself small because that last bastard hurt me, or my dad abandoned me when I was a child, so all men are bastards. Ladies and gents, this is not the case. It's not the case. Not every single person is for us. We need to accept that. For me personally, I feel really quite excited and quite alive to meet new people because I'm like, wow, this person could be that person. Wow, this person could be that person. And you meet and you speak and you learn things about yourself. And it's a magical game. It's a magical experience. Truly magical. But this is about recognizing how your mind and the games that your mind has created for you is controlling you. And there are so many people that are alive and well and kicking on this planet right now that talk about being conscious, and they're control freaks. They want to be in control. They want to know everything. They want to know the outcome of it. They want to know how this person feels about them instantly. There is no divine timing or divine alignment or learning from each other. Like, I want to know and I want to know now. And then what you do is you crush it. You crush it. You crush any hope that you have because you are projecting that let's talk about this. You're projecting that you're too old and you need to hurry up and get into a relationship. So you don't take it steady. You listen to people saying, oh, well, it's not going to work if you're there. You can make anything work, ladies and gents. So important. This is such an important subject. We need to recognize that our ego is there to keep us safe. It doesn't want us to hurt our heart. It doesn't want us to get promoted at work, because what if we become successful and then what if we get shunned at some point? What if you study for that exam and you're really freaking good at it and then you need to do it? Your ego wants to keep you safe. I've kind of given up on dating. It will happen when it's meant to. If it's meant to, I guess that's my ego. Yes, it's your ego. It's keeping you safe. I get what you're saying, Dave, and it's amazing to be happy on your own and literally just be like, you know what, I'm good. Like, I love spending time on my own. I absolutely love it. I'm it's wild. The way that I can be like totally entrenched in lots of people, but I'm also very comfortable being completely isolated in the middle of nowhere. So I get we're all becoming very comfortable in our own company, but I am never going to lie and say I do not want to be in a loving relationship, because that would be a lie. And this is the thing. A lot of people go, nah, I'm okay on my own. So the universe goes, okay, I'm going to deliver that for you. I'm just going to isolate you some more, and I'm going to keep you at arm's length. Now, you don't have to go out searching. You don't have to. I've never searched in my life. But what happens is people all of a sudden get aligned to you. All of a sudden, people will appear in front of you and you'll be like, wow, where did you appear from? How did that happen? That's exactly what happened in my last relationship. And okay, it didn't work out the way that I wanted it to go. But I literally was at an airport going to pick up this guy with my mate. And the guy that got off the plane ended up being my boyfriend. I was speaking at a gig. All I did was go with my mate to go and pick someone up from the airport. That was it. You don't know how things are going to go. Like that situation could happen anytime to anybody. Like, that wasn't a planned, like, I don't do dating apps. I don't do any of that stuff, just so that you guys know. I don't do any of that. I'm just like, universe, place me where you need me to be. If you want me to speak somewhere, I'll speak somewhere. If you want me to go and, do something, just place me there. I meet incredible, and ladies, I just want to put this out there. And I know I was talking about like men being bastards and stuff at the beginning, and they're really, really not, by the way, because like I've met some amazing, amazing, amazing men, just in the last few days. I meet amazing men all of the time. And ladies, I do think that we give men a really hard time. And I do think that we need to, stop with that a little bit. How are we going to call in our gorgeous, divine, conscious masculine if we're putting them down and slating them and whatever? Like, it's really important that we get on top of this, because this is our ego. All we're doing is just projecting all of our nonsense. Now, Soul School will be an amazing place to meet a man, right? They're going there to work on themselves. What I do is I put myself in places that align with me. I don't want to meet a man in a bar because I don't drink, or I very rarely have alcohol. So why would I go hanging out in a bar expecting to meet a guy that's like me? It's just very, very, very important. Lindsay, it's funny you say that. You joke, my friend, you joke. It was a very, very funny standing joke at the weekend, interestingly enough, on Saturday. But I'll share that for another time, my friend. I'll share that for another time. So now we appreciate where I'm coming from when I talk about the ego. Now, this isn't everybody's interpretation of ego. I'm just sharing my perspective, okay? It's my channel. I'm going to share my perspective. It's as simple as that. So I've just shared my perspective of ego. Now, I have observed something very important and something that I desperately need. Well, I don't desperately, but I need to talk to you guys about, because I have noticed, let me know if you've noticed this too, but people are starting to use their ego as an excuse. Oh, I know that's my ego. Like, I know that's my ego. Well, then do something about it. Oh, my ego's stopping me from doing that. Well, tell your ego to piss off. Like, I'm noticing it a lot, because obviously I talk about the ego a lot through my programs and, a lot of the times through my videos. So now all of a sudden, yeah, my ego stopped me doing that. Well, why are you allowing it to? If you have the consciousness, if you have the awareness that your ego is messing with you and is stopping you, why are you allowing that to take place? And I feel like it's become a convenient excuse. Genuinely, I feel like it's become a very convenient excuse. Not sure if this is ego. I've met a great guy, but he is that. I'd like to take things further, but really I'm wary of getting sick. So I would take things slowly, I would take things slowly and trust that the difference in your beliefs at that particular time are going to serve you right now, and maybe see if this person is open to detoxing or anything like that. Like, why are we all in such a rush? Why are we all in such a rush? That's what I would be doing. I would just be saying, right, this has happened for a reason. I'm going to look at many different ways at how I can, navigate this situation. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where this takes me, because maybe that decision is actually so that you can see that this person is for you or isn't for you, or whatever it is. Okay? The ego works in mysterious ways, and all it wants to do is keep you safe. It wants to continue your story, because if you break your story, then basically you are releasing your ego from doing its job, and it doesn't want to be released. Like, the brain is the most powerful tool, and it wants to be in charge, which is why so many people are like, oh my God, my brain's overthinks so much. It runs at such a fast time. Oh, it keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. Oh my God, it's going, so many questions, so many things. Just know, like, you can easily say to your ego, pipe down, please. I'm not interested in what you've got to say, or thank you for showing me that, but you know what? I'm going to do this anyway. Really important. Your ego wasn't supposed to keep you safe. You needed some sense knocked into you, is what I just got, Jack. So I don't know what that means, but I just got told you needed some sense being knocked into you. So there you go. Whatever it was that you were pondering, or whatever that you had going on, it needed to knock some sense into you, because there was something that you maybe were procrastinating on, or something like that. Maybe the rush is because some of us feel like we're getting old, but there, again, that's just a perspective, right? I would suggest that is the ego working, telling you that you have to be a certain place at a certain time and doing certain things. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all in. You know, if I'm in a relationship, I am all in. I'm not going to mess about. Like, I would much rather, like my last relationship, know very quickly that it isn't going to be the relationship for me to stay in, than it take 5 years to get to that point. Like, genuinely, that's where I'm at. I'd much rather know I'm all in, you know, but now I ask better questions and I look for certain things and I actually listen to the red flags rather than ignore them. You know, that's really important. It's an important piece of advice. My main issue to work on is healing the bit of me that attracts people to fix. So next year, the only reason you're attracting people to fix is because you've still got work to do in yourself. That's it. That's it. You know, like if you are there, you know, like, and you've got all this stuff, your partner will always mirror to you. And I don't care what you say, ladies and gents, this is the case. Your partner will mirror things to you. And then it's a case of, right, is this me now? And it's about removing the delusion. Like literally about removing the delusion. So many of us are delusional about ourselves. We are. And it's about looking at it and being really, really clear. Is this person mirroring, or is this person showing me a boundary, or is this person showing me I need to use my voice and walk away? You know, I loved the last situation, not at the time, but I loved the last situation I was in because it showed me how fucking strong I am to stand up and walk away. That was, my ego wanted me to stay safe. My ego was like, oh, you know, things will get better. Things will get better. I knew that they wouldn't. So I just grabbed myself and I was like, right, this is going to hurt. This is not going to be anything that you want for a while, but it's going to be the best thing that happened for you. And, you know, here we are. Can the ego be stopping you from going on a plane, being scared, or is that a different thing? No, absolutely. It's keeping you safe. Same thing. Like you're asking a question that I've just spoken about a number of times. Again, that's the ego. I need to be heard. I need to be seen. Yeah. Like I've just said, the ego keeps you safe. If you're scared of getting on a plane, like it's the ego doing its job. Laugh my ass off. True. I need to slow down and not multitask it. Right. Okay. There you go. So I'm glad that makes sense. You needed some sense knocked into you. So you got your wish, my friend. I have so many female friends who are in bad situations or have been in one. I'm often told that they can't believe that they have shared so much with me, but I get thanked for being there. Yeah, well, just always remember, like, you don't always want to be the friend, you know, like maybe you do, maybe you're comfortable with that. But, you know, if you want to find a relationship and, you know, you're learning from all these people, remember, like, these are experiences that are bringing consciousness to you on certain subjects so that you can be like, wow, how would I feel like that? How would, you know, and all of this information comes to you for this reason. So, long story short, the ego is about keeping you safe. Stop using it as an excuse, ladies and gents. Stop using it as an excuse. People like me call you out on it. And it's not very pleasant when that happens because you get triggered. And then you go, no, that's not me. No, no, no. And then you start to justify it. And then eventually you'll go, shit, that really was me. So it's just easier to recognize, just have the consciousness on the ego and the way the ego works. And then you can do something about it. Okay. So the next question that somebody asked me was, Lucy, how do you have in place healthy boundaries? And I'm going to do a Q&A, I think, next week, ladies. Am I even around next week? I don't even know if I'm not live next week. I'll put a pre-recorded video out and it won't be a Q&A because that would be weird. I'll just be making it up. But the following week, if I just need to figure out my diary. I can't remember. I know I've got a lot on coming up over the next... I don't want to give too much away, but we're in a really exciting period of time, ladies and gents. Basically, shit is really going down and the energies are going to be moving like massively in the next couple of weeks. So anyway, the next topic was about boundaries. Okay. So somebody said to me, Lucy, I explained boundaries the other day of, listen, I'm going to put a boundary in place with me and you because I love you and I want to keep you in my life. Whereas people say to me, no, a boundary means you want somebody out of your life. And I'm like, no, 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 not at all. Not at all. For me, if I feel that somebody is taking the mick, if I feel that somebody is like pouring me, as I like to call it, you know, like a little puppy going, give me attention, give me attention. And I actually want to keep them in my life, I'll be like, hey, like, I need you to give me some space. And I'll put some like, you know, parameters, you know, just things in place, just so that people can absolutely know exactly where they stand. And then it's up to them whether they listen to it or not. And if they cross that boundary, then as far as I'm concerned, that's that done. I like people, believe it or not, I like people, like genuinely I do. And I really, really love to help people, but I'm not here to help everybody. I can't. I get thousands of messages and thousands of emails a day, and I don't know how people think that I'm going to respond to them all, or, that some people are so needy and it's like, I need this and I need this and I need this and answer this and do this and do that. And I'm like, whoa, I don't mean to be funny, but I get thousands of these, thousands of them, so I'm putting a boundary in place here. Like, if lots of people ask on a certain topic, like they have done with the things that I'm doing tonight, this is why I'm doing a video on it. I don't bow down to people saying do this and do that. Like, it's never going to happen, because I've got thousands of people around the world doing this. Like, I coach and mentor thousands of people. There are a lot of people who pay money for me, so I can't just drop everything for everybody. And I know that sounds cruel, but I have to have boundaries in place with this. Otherwise, who's the one person that's going to burn out? Thank you, Dave. I was trying to say parameters, but I couldn't spit the bloody word out, could I? If I burn out myself, how on earth am I going to support you guys? How on earth am I going to create Soul School? How on earth am I going to give you guys scholarship places? How on earth am I going to be able to do things? I'm not. I'll be the one burnt out. So I need to put boundaries in place. And I say to people all the time, I'm not responding to messages. Like, I'm on the road now. I'm not responding to messages. People can send me whatever they like. I am not responding. It doesn't matter how shitty you get, how much, I'm not responding. My energy is so depleted from doing the energy work and doing all of, my client stuff, which is my priority. And people go, God, somebody in your position, you should respond. God, I wish I could. I wish I could respond, but there's only one of me. I saw somebody on Instagram earlier today. It was quite fascinating. I basically said, look, I pick a location. Well, I don't pick a location, but my guides pick a location and I go there. It's up to you whether you're going to make it there or not. I fly around the world doing this stuff, but I can't be in your town. I'm never going to be in your hometown ever. It's very, very, very unlikely. Like, you cannot expect one of me, to drive around every single town in the UK, every single town and city and state in the US. Like, it's unreasonable to do that. But there are people out there that genuinely believe that I should. So I put boundaries in place, and I'm like, never going to happen. Never going to happen. And it triggers people, and I get that, but this is how I put healthy boundaries in place. I'm not telling you to unfollow me because you're selfish. I'm just saying, this is my boundary. And then what happens? I've got 2 people on YouTube saying, this is good, because when you put boundaries in place, we learn how to put it in place. Yeah, Jackie sent me a message today. She's like, don't worry about responding. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I can respond. She's coming to Soul School. Of course I'm going to respond to her. Like, this again is just the way that it is. There are certain times when I cannot be around. Oh my God, Jax, you would not believe what happened. Like, honestly, people literally think that I'm there to fix them. It's wild what some of the things that happen. It's wild what takes place. And, like, I am really, really willing to help people. Like, my Soul School tickets were like 55 quid. They've gone up to 77 now, but they were 55 pounds. You are going to get more shifts in that day than you are ever going to get at any of these seminars when you go and spend thousands of pounds. Like, literally, that is the case with Soul School. Like, it is a life-changing event. And I keep it really, really reasonable. Like, despite the fact of me wanting to create a physical Soul School and all the rest of it, I keep it reasonable so, like, everybody can come. And still, it's like, I'm not coming to Soul School. I'm not doing your programs. I'm not doing anything, but I want you to tell me this, and I need you to answer this, and I need you to tell me what I should be doing with this. And it's like, wow. Like, I do free content on video on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of these platforms. And I love it. I love doing it. But it doesn't mean that I'm there at your beck and call, because I'm not only doing the work with the humans, I'm also doing the work with Gaia. And I'll be honest with you, the work with Gaia right now has to be the priority until Soul School. Because unless the energies are aligned in the way that we need, and I've got three countries to go to before Soul School. Soul School's in 13 days. I just had to do the maths. My maths was really bad then. I'm very, very good with numbers normally, but there I was like, what am I doing? 13 days I've got to do 3 countries. 13 days I've got to do 3 countries. So that has to come first. Doesn't mean I don't love you, but just know that I'm giving you the power to step up and do your thing because you're amazing and you can do it. You can do it. So, boundaries. I put them in place because I want to keep you in my life. If I read a message, like this is a funny one that I get. I read a message and I'm a busy girl, especially on a Monday. I'm a very busy girl. I read the message and I don't respond. And then I get, excuse me, are you there? Hello? Hi, are you going to respond? And I'm like, whoa. That's a quick fire, sure way to get blocked. You know? Oh, guys, I don't need thanks. It's just getting us sorted, innit? Like, I'm like that. Yay, I'm on countdown, guys. Bora Bora is calling me. I'm on countdown. Like, genuinely, I'm excited. I love the work that I do. I love you too. Mwah. I love you too so much. All of you. I really, really do. Honestly, you wait. I love you guys so much. Like, literally, I wish that I could sit and just chat to you guys all day, every day, in whatever setting, whether it's an in-person, on a video, whatever, but it's just not practical because I've been given a few little tasks to do this lifetime and I'm doing them because I'm really ready to have some time out, you know, and just have a little bit of me time and just, you know, go off and enjoy Bora Bora and go off and have babies or something. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is spiritual hygiene. Ladies and gents, there is so much going on around the world right now. So much going on around the world right now. So much is coming for your soul right now. It's trying to get sticky. It's trying to touch you. It's trying to get close to you. It's trying to corrupt you. It's trying to lead you astray. It's trying to distract you and take your focus on things that, you know, are way over there, because that creates fear in you and then you're easier manipulated. Please up your spiritual hygiene. What I mean by this is check your energy field regularly. Just check your energy field regularly. Sage your space, Palo Santo your space, you know, incense your space, like whatever it is that your smudging tool of choice. But check your energy. Make sure that there aren't any hooks into you. Make sure that you know, when people hug you, that you actually clear yourself down afterwards. Something that I have to do a lot because a lot of people hug me. A lot of people want to touch me. Believe it or not, a lot of people want to touch me. I actually had to have a guy help me on Saturday because so many people were trying to touch me. It was really interesting. So he had to help me, bless him. Alex, if you ever watch this, thank you, my love. You're amazing. Yeah, you know, he had to kind of shift me out the way of people because people were just like, trying to grab me. So, you know, I have this a lot. So I clear my energy field. I check my energy field when I wake up every morning, and I literally just say it, right? Is there anything attached to my energy field? Is there anything that doesn't feel quite right? Am I feeling slightly off kilter today? Like, and you know, we're really, really, really sensitive beings. Chaz, I'm happy to. Are you in the UK, lovely? If you're in the UK, I'm happy to send you send a message to support@lucydavis.com. We can pop a link over to you, no problem at all. I had to buy some to arrive at one of my team's house because all of my sage is out of the country. So I'm more than happy to send it to you where I get mine from. But yeah, like Denise has said, there's loads on eBay and all sorts of things like that. But yeah, please just recognize. Now, some people you're going to hug and you'll be okay with, and you're like, yeah, their energy field is okay or whatever. But I'm just really, really particular, which is why, ladies and gents, when you come to Soul School, you will be cleared, you will be cleansed, and you will be given lots of different things, you know, to make sure that your field is okay. Now, we had a lady at the Bournemouth Soul School who was like, I'm not touching that. Like, I promise you, the only things I use are pure. and they're very, very clean, and there is no chemicals or anything in anything that I use, ladies and gents. It's just not me. There will be essential oils diffusing, there will be things all over the place, like, trust me on that. But there is nothing that I'm going to ask you to do that I wouldn't put on my own body, and I'm really anal when it comes to what I have, so just so you know. But this is about spiritual hygiene. Are you checking your space? Are you being careful with who you're allowing into your house and not? Are you keeping your car tidy? Clutter in your car is going to make for cluttered responses, cluttered situations. So, please do know, when you come into that environment, I'm going to be in the space about 3 hours before you guys arrive, making sure my grid is set up, making sure that the energy is in a place where it needs to be to welcome you guys in. It's going to be my energy in there. I'm not allowing any other energies in there. I don't care if you're a healer or a freaking whatever. It's not coming in. What's happening on at Soul School is you guys are all going to just enjoy and immerse, like, protect yourselves. I'll teach you all how to do that and all the rest of it before we get started. But it's about allowing yourself to go on the journey. Okay, I don't want anybody healing anybody. I don't want anybody, like, I've got people doing that. You guys don't need to worry about that. Okay, this is for you to come and immerse in the beautiful energies, and the room will be set up exactly as we need it to be to hold space for the amount of people that are going to be there. Okay, really, really important, you know that. So this is spiritual hygiene. Check yourself. Does this actually feel like me? If I'm having a reaction, does this feel like me? No, it doesn't feel like me. Okay, who have I been around? Who have I touched? Who have I been near that hasn't been of the same vibration of me? Right. And this is why we're stepping away from people right now, because our vibrations are different. Our vibrations are literally different. You cannot be speaking to somebody up here if you're down here anymore. Like, it's a bit annoying. It's a little bit cringe. All right. Now, the last thing that I got asked to talk about, and I'll see if there's any questions. I don't think there has been. I think I've been keeping on top of it. The last thing that I was asked to speak about in my Facebook Live last evening for today was around the death on the physical realm. So one of my clients, or one of my ex-clients, she said, Lucy, I've really noticed that there has been an increase in people passing from the physical realm. And I think we can all say now, like, I've noticed the amount of people that are passing. Our good friend Mike Shinton, I don't know if I've put it on a video on YouTube, but our good friend Mike Shinton passed last week. Devastated. Absolutely devastated about it. He was going to come to Birmingham, so it's absolutely devastating. This was going to be on his daughter. I don't need to check your cars. That's your job to do that. I'm just worried about the internal side of the building, but I love that, Julia, sorry. I think, by default of them being in the vibration, because the vibration will be much, much bigger than the arena itself or the area itself. But we, basically, honestly, nobody will be getting in. It's just going to be spun completely. So, yeah, like I was saying, my gorgeous friend Mike, one of the good ones, it's fair to say one of the good ones, passed last week. And, he hadn't taken the thing. I'm not going to say the word, and please don't say the word on whatever platform you're on. He hadn't taken it. So before people say, oh, yeah, they're all dropping down because of that, it's not. People's soul paths are actually, really coming, we're catapulting our soul journey now. And I truly believe that if you are out of alignment with where you're supposed to be, you're going to be given a number of opportunities to shift that. And if not, you're going to be taken out. Now, I'm sure for his family hearing this, that would be quite cruel right now, but I need to speak about this from my heart and from my perspective. So I truly believe that we've all got a soul contract that we've got to come down here. And I actually believe that there are so many people that are misaligned to what they are supposed to be doing. And yeah, I'm not questioning that we're supposed to be doing certain things and then we're supposed to evolve. But if people are missing the evolution, things like they're losing their voice, they get the sign by their voice being taken, and then they get the sign by this pain or this going on. And then what happens is eventually, when they don't get the memo, they actually pass over. And, as I'm going to stop there in regards to Mike Shinton, because the way that he passed, obviously I've checked into the energetics of that because that's what I do. And I just don't think that's appropriate for me to share. So I truly believe, now this is just generalization from here, guys, okay? So I truly believe this soul path is being sped up. I believe that we are, things are going at a much faster rate than it ever has been. So if people are not redirecting and coming back into alignment a lot quicker, then they're being taken out. But also what you've got to remember is sometimes people are being taken out because it's the impact that it has on their families. They have basically gone, I'll do that to get their family into alignment, or maybe misalignment, or whatever it is. But we need to start being really authentic with ourselves. We need to really start being honest with what we want and how we feel and the direction that we want to take our life in. Because I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it because I need to say it because I was asked this question. I truly believe if we stay out of alignment with the wrong person in the wrong career, then, you know, we could get taken out. And I don't think that we need that on our watch right now. Yes, we've seen a surge of people who have taken this in their arm, whether it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they're up to about 5 now. And we've seen an increase in deaths in professional sports people. We've seen an increase in deaths in lots of different areas. But I don't think it's just that, just so that you know. I know there's a lot of people that do finger point to that, and it has to be that. But, you know, I know 4 people that are 40 years of age who had heart attacks. Not one of them had taken that. You know, now, you know, obviously Mike's gone, and okay, he's much older, but you know, like, he didn't take this. So I don't want to be one of those people that are just making these sweeping statements. Like, it's happening to everybody. And I feel the only reason that this is happening is because we're out of alignment with our soul journey. We haven't quite got ourselves pulled back in. And the thing that breaks my heart the most is if Mike was out of alignment with his journey, even just one little piece of it, I know Soul School would have brought him back in. So I'm absolutely, I'm gutted. I'm gutted, but I'm not going to get hung up on that, you know, because his time was his time, and I just want to send him love wherever he is. Right. Okay. So your partner's dad is on number 7. Okay. I didn't realize they'd gone that high. To be honest, after 2, I kind of just switched off to it. I was like, no, like, you know, people are making their own informed choices. That's all I have to say on it. You know, I haven't had one, and I wouldn't have one, but that's my own choice. You know, I know my immune system works. I had the good old Rona back in July 2021, and I survived it. So you know what? You know, like, I made a conscious decision. I made an informed choice that that's not what I'm going to be doing. You know, I detoxed from all of those back in 2014, and I wasn't going to put another one back in my body, you know. So that's just what I decided. But I don't have opinions on it anymore, really, because for as many people as I know have passed with it, I believe there's just as many passing without it. I do feel that there is a surge in deaths, though, and I do truly believe that it's because they're not incongruent. Yeah, they're out of congruency. You know, literally as simple as that. And exactly, Annabella, sorry, my apologies. Annabella, I totally agree with you. Like, it's up to us what our choice is, but then we also have to respect what their choice is. Like, there's so many people out there that have gone, you know, I'm right doing the way that I've done. Who says you're right? Like, why are people not entitled to do whatever they want to do? Like, I'm not prepared to let that create divide in my life anymore. I'm not. You know, yes, there's certain situations and circumstances that I would consider and I would think about, but you know what? Like, it's just, there's assholes both sides of the fence. Let's be really honest. Let's call it what it is. You know, there's so many people out there that are projecting that they are, you know, they're this and they're that because they didn't take it. And you know, like, there's good and bad people all over, and I don't believe that anybody took it because of any reason other than they were trying to help other people or whatever, you know. So for me personally, I just hold space for absolutely everybody. My daughter's dad just passed 3 days ago. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Lashana. That's so tragic. I hope your daughter, I hope she finds peace at some point in the future. I'm so sorry to hear that. So we are seeing a surge in deaths. And I truly, truly, truly believe that it is because of the misalignment. I don't believe it's anything else. You know, I don't believe it's anything else. I believe it's the misalignment, our soul contract, our soul journeys, you know, and we must remember we've all got an expiry date, ladies and gents. The best thing that we can do is look after ourselves, nutrients, good water without all of the crap in it, you know, healthy relationships, healthy boundaries, you know, fun in our lives, a career that fires our soul up rather than something that drains us. Do things that make you happy. Like, since I've got connected to my passion and my purpose, like literally my soul mission, like literally nothing has affected me. No, I personally don't believe in that, Julia, either. Like, I know many people out there do. I don't believe in that. She's talking about that G, by the way. Ladies and gents, please don't again write it on the chat because I'll get banned. I don't believe that either. I actually feel that we need to go higher than 5 to be able to get into alignment with where we're going to be in a dimensional. So I just don't believe. I just don't. You know, I just don't. I don't know whether the combination of things could have impacted. I don't know. But like I say, Mike wasn't in any of that. So, you know, I just think there's been a lot of fear porn out there. And I think what we need to do is just get back to basics, spend time in nature, you know, eat nutrients, like nutrients. I'm not talking fruits and vegetables or meat or whatever. I'm talking nutrients. You need nutrients. All of the food is so depleted now. We need nutrients. We need clean water. We need water that is, you know, actually really, you know, highly charged water. And I agree, you know, I totally agree with you, Chaz. We don't need, it's not about us being loaded with food and full up. It is about us getting, like, all I talk about is nutrients. It doesn't matter where, like, you have to get nutrients. It has to be nutrients. That's it. And none of our food has nutrients now. Like, literally, the soils are so depleted because of the nonsense that they've been doing. So what we've got to do is we've got to find a source of nutrients, getting nutrients into us. You know, we've got to make sure that we get, you know, decent water into us. And like I say, don't ever underestimate what doing the wrong career does for you. Nearly killed me. So be very aware of all of this stuff, ladies and gents, and let's stop with the divisional stuff and let's really just start to honor each other and trust that each other is making the right decisions. I think that's a really important piece of this puzzle. All right. Anyway, ladies and gents, I hope this has been useful for you. If I'm on next week, what I'll do is a proper Q&A with you guys. If I'm going to do a pre-recorded, which I might do, it depends where I am. Can't even remember where I am. I've just got a lot to do in the next few couple of weeks. But to those of you coming to Soul School, I cannot wait to give you a big fat squeeze. I cannot wait to dance around with you. You'll know what I mean when you get there. I cannot wait to see all of you and love all of you and take all of you on the most beautiful journey from this ego space of living into this beautiful divine heart space of living and absolute divine creation, passion and purpose. All right, ladies and gents, I love you to the moon and stars. Please do go and hit the thumbs up on this video on YouTube. Please do go and smash the love heart or whatever on Facebook, and I will check the Facebook comments because I haven't seen any, so I don't know if there's any on there. But if there are any Facebook comments, I will come back to you at some point. All right, guys, I love you to the moon and stars. I will be back with you next week. I've got a cheeky little video going out tomorrow with the beautiful Wendy Smith and I. Okay, so it's a really beautiful little chat. So I'm grateful for you guys also. I love you. I will see you guys at Soul School.